This is really getting on my nerves. Welcome back to another episode of Not My Bag. I'm Joe.
And I'm Lisa.
And we have a very special guest. The queen of the psychic world is back. It's Sally Morgan.
Hey!
For season 2. Welcome back.
Oh, it's lovely to be back. What a lovely set.
Do you like it?
Well, you're obviously very important. When I came last time, you were not important. Now I've come back, it's like, whoa, they've been elevated.
Now
everybody.
we're bankrupt.
And now they're bankrupt.
So which side do you prefer?
Well, I have to say this is a gorgeous set, isn't it? And so you're on the LA side.
So I'm in LA right now.
Yeah. And where am I?
Oh, we're in Essex.
We're in Essex, so I mean, let's hello.
Got the silver bulldog up there to prove it and all that with Jason and Mum.
Yeah, I've got Mum a little present. Got you the French bulldog.
No, I've got me picture of Jace. Lovely Jason and Mum.
Picture of Jason. You've got a podcast now, haven't you?
I have.
You do?
Yeah,
Tell us a bit more.
Well, it's called That's Afterlife with Sally Morgan, and which is obviously my life. That's Afterlife. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's going well. Good celebs are coming on, and then just regular public.
Amazing.
Which is great. Yeah, it's going. Everyone's doing podcasts, aren't they?
I know,
Yeah.
and a new thing.
Well, it is, but I've always. A podcast, great, and I love the term, but it's basically visual radio, isn't it?
Yeah, it's having
Essentially,
a chat with mates as well.
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, and I love radio. And I've always loved radio, and I love listening to the radio. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that podcasts where you can see the person, like we're here now talking, and it's also recorded, and you can listen to it in your car or wherever.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love it.
I think so. Convenient as well, because you can pick it up whenever you want in the week, can't you? Which I really like as well.
I listen to podcasts now when I go for a walk, which I know it's not very often because I haven't got time.
Kind of got you into that, haven't I?
You did. So I'm doing that and I'm enjoying it. I'm listening to my own ones as well.
Yeah.
And you think, it's like, I do the same, and you think, oh, I'm never going to say that again. Oh, did I say that? All
Yeah,
right.
it's just a check
What
that I'm
made
doing
me
all right,
say that?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a check.
Yeah,
just a check.
Just a little check.
Yeah. And how was Panto? 'Cause you did Panto for Christmas, didn't you?
Is it long?
Well, it is long, but it's grueling.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
I
two
mean-
shows a day some days.
Yeah,
don't you?
well, every day.
Oh, shut up.
2 shows a day, every day.
Oh, wow.
And, and Panto is all about dressing up. I mean, it's an art form, isn't
Yeah.
it, Panto?
You love Panto,
And,
Joe.
I was like the fairy godmother, so I'm in all this gear and everything. So you're getting out of it, in it, out of it. And then
Right.
you have like a finale costume. So you're getting, and you have like maybe a 4-hour gap. We can't go anywhere.
You can't do anything. You
Right.
can't even have a few drinks, can
No,
you?
you can't even. I couldn't have.
Maybe a nap in the dressing room? Did you have your own dressing room?
Well, no. Well, I had a cupboard.
Right.
And it was a cupboard. When they said when they were showing us around, when they said, "Well, you'll be getting changed in here," and the door, and I thought, "Oh, I'm going to see a lovely dressing room," and there were buckets and brooms in there. Seriously, and he went, "We'll clear all this out before you come."
Sally Morgan, I mean, really?
Buckets and brooms?
To me, it was quite normal. It was like, what more do I do? And then he showed me the dressing room that Sunita was in, Sunita. And it was like ginormous,
Yeah.
as big as this studio.
Right.
But she's lovely to work with.
You've shared one with him. Said, well, I'm bunking in with him.
No, he won't. No, she won't. Don't.
Could have walked in with some leaves over you and tried
she's
your
got
luck.
her little dog Scarlet.
Oh.
And her soup making machine and
God.
everything.
Oh, she sounds iconic already.
So she is. You'd love her. I mean, she is lovely.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
gorgeous. And she was great fun, great sense of humour, which of course you need when you do.
With a grueling work schedule, you need someone there that's going to pick you up, don't you?
Well, you do. And everyone, all the ensemble, they're all like young kids.
Right.
Like high kicking, like in the corridors.
Sounds like my boyfriend.
Yeah, no, I mean, hello, those were the days. And basically, you've got all of that. And then all of a sudden, about 3 weeks in, everyone started dropping like flies with
COVID.
Oh,
COVID.
no.
It must have been COVID, but it
was
like
the
the
flu.
I don't think anyone that was tested.
I think no one wants to say it is anymore because of what's happened, but I think that it was right.
Oh yeah, well, COVID's there. And then I got pneumonia.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's awful.
But you know what I mean? Doctor stage and all of that, darling. I just carried on.
Oh, my God.
Side of stage practically, and then get your cue and you go on and it's, hello, my lovelies.
I don't even know you got that out.
Cheer.
Oh.
So good to see you.
Oh,
I'm so
no.
glad you're here.
Oh.
I mean, she's all in rhyme, isn't she, fairy godmother?
Oh.
You should do panto.
Oh,
you
Joe, I
should
can't
be
remember a
brilliant.
thing.
No, you'd be brilliant in panto.
When we have
We'd
to
have
do
to give her a
jobs,
couple of lines because sometimes if we do scripted work together,
I'm useless.
all Mum had to say, what was it that day?
Because
You had 3, I'm pretty sure it was like 3 words. And she
I
kept,
just couldn't
I remember-
get these words out. And I had a team of people staring at me.
and
I was
you know
like,
the 3 words. It wasn't that you couldn't get the 3 words out. Oh my God, I know what you're going to say here. But it's like you were ad-libbing and putting your own words in and making it 6 words.
The Celebrity Big Brother's back.
Oh, I know.
How'd you feel about the lineup? What are your thoughts?
I'll be very honest. A lot of the lineup I don't know.
yeah, there's a few of them.
Mum
I don't
said
know.
this.
These are.
Yeah.
Sharon Osbourne, obviously, class.
Yeah.
She's in there.
I think Sharon and Louis Walsh
Yeah,
will
but
be
she's
like...
got a deal. She's only in there like for 4 or 5 days.
This for 5 days. And it's something like 500 grand, 5 days.
I said, how on earth is she going to, how are the others going to feel about that if she just suddenly gets, or they just announce that she's left?
Yeah,
I mean, you'd
I'm
want
not
to,
too
for that
sure.
money, I mean, I'd have the right ump.
It's a good resurgence of it though, because I think they've strategically put some people in there that you know are going to ruffle feathers. Like I know for a fact that Ekin is very strong, Zizi's very strong as well.
Who's Ekin? Is he the one?
Ekin was on Love Island. She won with Davide.
Oh, right, okay.
She's done a lot of TV recently though as well. She did The Traitors US. She's done Dance on Ice.
Do you know, like, a prediction as I'm sitting here, seriously?
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a massive fight in there.
Do you?
Like, literally where people will want to, like, grab one another.
Right. Physical.
Physical.
Right.
Sharon Osbourne.
No, I don't think it is going to be Sharon.
Mum.
I actually think it's going to be a girl and a boy, but I don't think it's. I think that it's two youngsters.
Okay, because I
would call youngsters.
I think David's very fiery from Ibiza Weekender,
he is.
and he's already quite polarizing. A word that I learned yesterday, everyone. I learnt this word yesterday, polarizing.
Which means that you're just concentrating on that, yeah.
Yeah, so I know everyone. Word of the day.
Well done, Joe.
I know. I was just really proud of myself for just using it as well. I said I'd try and use it today, and I have. So that's good. But yeah, no, it looks really good. It looks like it'll be a good season. I love speaking about Big Brother with you because obviously you're in there, so you know firsthand what it's like as well.
Yeah, but
to be in that environment.
It is. It's quite daunting because I expected to go in and my personality, which is very outgoing, and although I do like my quiet moments, and literally the moment I walked into the house, I became a little bit of an introvert because there's so many big characters in there. You sort of, I want to give them space, and I was just sort of like watching,
Mindful
observing,
of
very mindful.
what's going
I think
on.
it's having to like think before you speak, isn't it? Because
God,
you're
I'd be
constantly
lovely.
just being watched. But
Me.
You are watched 24 because
Yeah.
where our beds were, I was in with lovely Kirstie Alice.
Right, okay.
And she's passed now, hasn't she?
Yeah.
And we were in the 2 single beds, and we were allowed to take our pillows in.
oh, lovely.
But we could hear. They have like a walkway. It's like what we call the rat run round
Oh
the back.
yeah, I saw that when
And
we went.
and
didn't
we would be, because I suffer from insomnia, so like sleeping, I'm awake from about 3 o'clock till 5 o'clock every morning. I'm dreadful.
You two are like
And
separating a birth, aren't you?
You can hear them walking around.
Oh.
And they've got they had little spy holes.
Oh, I'd have had to go up and stick my tongue in one.
Yeah. So you are, what you're doing is I was very aware of that.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. So you're kind of having that reminder because with Love Island, you can get a bit lost in it with those cameras. Like a lot of the cast say to me that you forget they're there. But I guess with Big Brother, if you can hear, I know you're not meant to, but if you can hear
You like
that,
to
then
take earplugs in and stuff like that?
No.
that would drive I'd be instantly out.
And then I'd be awake all night then. I can't sleep without them.
Yeah, well, and you can't take there are no books, no clocks, and even to the fact that they're tuned into the fact that some people you can tell roughly what the time is by the sun.
Right.
Yeah.
So the shutters come down where the garden is, and they go up at different, so that you really don't know if it's 12 o'clock midday or 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
In there, you don't have a specific time, do you, when you can go to bed? They just let you go to bed and... Is that correct?
Well, they play. You've got certain games, and they want you to do certain things, and they'll say, "But I have to have when I want to go to sleep, I have to go because I don't sleep otherwise."
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I'm
Like when it's time, it's time.
And if I don't go then I have I mean, I couldn't do that. No earplugs.
I live on tea. So it was more with me, I've got to have, there must be the tea bags there or the tea there, milk there. I mean, I can drink black tea. Yeah. But it was because you really suffer with the food as well.
Oh,
and there's always an argument who is going to, well, it was when my dad, I don't know what this new one's going to be like, where you order the grocery.
Yeah. Oh, no, so I just have a Prosecco, just 15 crates of Prosecco and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's definitely going to be arguments. Who's Kate Middleton's uncle? What's his name?
Is it
Gary?
Gary. Yeah, he's not even posh though.
No, but I want to know what your thoughts are on all of this, right? Because I don't know if you've seen in the media this week, but everyone wants to know where Kate Middleton is. They've released a picture. It looks AI. It doesn't look like
she's
her.
in LA, doesn't it?
But I don't even know what she looks like. Post-surgery vibes, basically.
She's with her mum in LA. That fella on G&B come on and said she's been pictured out in America.
What do you think about what's going on?
She's in the UK and she's living in. There is a picture of her at the moment, taken by Paps. I think it was an Italian Pap, and it first appeared in the Italian news press. Okay. But we are not. UK isn't printing it, but of course you can go on.
It's very strange what's going on.
It's there, but she's had major surgery.
Yeah,
I think I've got an idea what it is, but I don't really want to say in case I get it wrong.
What?
Yeah, I think everybody is.
I think maybe she's had a hysterectomy or something.
Yeah. Oh, see, the younger internet are saying it's BBL.
Oh, shut up, Joe.
Like Brazilian bum lift, like she's had a bum done.
She's got no bum, has she?
Well, yes.
She's seriously, she's like a washboard. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
I mean, but she's dead straight.
She's dead straight. And
I know, but do you know what? I'm like that. GK Barry's like that. We're all built like that. Do you know what I mean? The squats aren't happening.
I've really flat bums.
I've got a fat one.
I love a fat
bum.
I have got
that's what we need.
I have got. I've got a fat,
like a batty,
saggy bum.
Right, okay. I don't know, I feel like I might rather have that than what I've got. It's you know when you put the ironing board cover on the ironing board?
You and George have got lovely bottoms.
No, George used to play football. He's, like quite stacked with his figure. I look at, when kids go to school and their parents force them to do a lot of sports and then they get a really good physique when they're older. Why didn't you do that to me?
Because you didn't like sports, your brother
just forced me, do you know what I mean? Send me to the army for the love of God. Like, I just wanted some form of six-pack.
All your regalia and dance the girls aloud than you do.
I know. At least
your life, sunshine.
At least I can walk in heels.
But most men have a pert bum, don't they?
My husband's got a lovely pert bottom.
Yeah, my husband. He had an amazing bottom. Yeah. He had a big tummy, but his bum was like normal. Me, I look and I think, it's got to be how our fat is distributed, isn't it?
Well, if you just joined into this episode, we're having some arse chat.
Yeah.
But moving on from that, I thought it's about the news in general, what's going on at the minute and this year. Have you got any predictions for 2024? Because I actually saw you on the Mother Half I actually saw you on the Mother Half podcast.
They're lovely, aren't they?
Aren't they lovely?
They're really lovely.
They are lovely. And I saw some of your predictions, so I thought I'd ask you myself to see.
What did I say?
Well, you said about a war.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there is going to be one.
Yeah. Which is quite terrifying.
I wonder, well, it is terrifying. And I wonder if I am picking it up, you could say, gut feeling. But I mean, it's not really rocket science when you look at what Russia's doing, what's going on with Russia. And I do think that what could kick it off is Iran. There's going to be an incident there. So, I think that we are looking at, but you see, warfare nowadays is so different. So, there are nuclear weapons.
You've got cyber, you've got the nukes.
You've got technology, you've got warfare to do with which Russia can so easily just switch off the whole world. We can be. Sorry, I lost my ring then. We could be like sitting here and all of a sudden, bang, there's no light.
Yeah.
It's like that's the equivalent of Russia with a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, of course.
But we are. I think that towards the end of this year, October and November are really serious months to do with global warfare.
That's when I wanted to tour the podcast. I'm fucked now, aren't I? Oh my God. I'm in the future now. Sally predicted everything, but what she didn't predict is me forgetting my Manscaped stuff because I'm over in LA now, so I need to get some more. After using the Lawnmower 5.0 to clear my winter bush, I finally caught the spring fever. With 2 interchangeable heads, you can either take a little trim off the top or go full smooth shaven with a little bit of foil taper on the old pubes, you know what I mean? I personally enjoy landing strip. I don't like it smooth like a baby's bottom. I like it to be, you know, little bit hairy down there. And also, I do it in the shower because I don't know if you know, but Manscaped's waterproof, so it's banging. Whether it's crafting a new look or just doing a quick tidy up down there, Manscaped gives you all the tools to do a good job on those pubic hairs. So easy, compact, take it everywhere I go. I was just in Bristol last week supporting Grace on a tour. Do you know what I brought? My Manscaped. I thought, I don't know, I'll get lucky tonight with my boyfriend. But do you know what I mean? It's always there. I took it to my nan's house once, was staying over, thought might need a little trim up. Not for her, just for myself. Make sure to get 20% off your order and free shipping using the code NOTMYBAG at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping using the code NOTMYBAG, NOTMYBAGG at manscaped.com. There really is nothing like a little bit of spring cleaning in your pants. Is there anything else in terms of, you know, like there's a lot of media coverage at the minute about the royal family?
Yeah.
Is there anything?
Well,
there's
I think
a lot
that
of stuff
continues.
Going on.
I think that so I didn't mean to talk over
No,
you,
it's all right,
darling.
don't be silly.
I think that with the royal family, it continues. There continues to be lots of speculation. This is the first time that I've said this out loud.
Oh,
Okay.
come on.
But I do think the king is very sick.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what I said that day. I mean, they were laughing at me because I literally was like, this is unprecedented, the announcement they made, and I don't think he looks very well. And I said that, and George was laughing at me, and I said he's waited his whole life to become king, and he may not see many years of being king.
Well, I think that he's the sort of person as well, don't you, that will, he'd rather pass it on to William.
Yeah.
And I think there are already talks within the firm that this is a possibility.
Sure.
Because I think that the Queen is really struggling with coping with the diagnosis of her husband.
I've noticed that because she's now stopped her
Apparently she's
rural
gone on holiday.
duties
She
and
probably
stuff.
needs a
hasn't
break.
she?
I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
What she's been thrust into the last sort of year or so.
Yeah. No, there's a
Well,
lot of media coverage about it at the minute, like a lot, isn't there?
Well,
from
I
the
think
public?
that she's also with him. I think that they love Italy, the pair of them, and they have the facility of someone who always lets them borrow his property there. And I think that they're both going there. There's some serious things that are going to happen with the royals this year. A lot of sorting out. And I think Harry as well.
Well, just about to say, she said, what do you think about all that? Because I've got my views on it. I mean, I was distraught when I watched these documentaries. I thought, you know, your mother's passed, but your father's still alive and your brother's still here. And the things he was saying, I mean, I was literally watching it in the end like this thinking, oh my God, I just find it really savage. Don't you?
Well, it is. But I think that on a prediction level, you're looking at, there's no way the bridges will be built for many years. Many years.
Yeah.
I think it will be when their children, I think it's when you look at Harry and Meghan's children and the Prince and Princess of Wales, their 3 children, when they are adults, as in over 18.
Right, okay.
That's possibly when you see an inroad. And of course, I think that by then the hierarchy in the royal family will have, well, it won't be there, it'll have changed.
Right.
So all of that needs to happen. But I think that while Harry and Meghan's children and the Prince and Princess of Wales children are growing up, the brothers they'll not come together. And definitely,
It's so sad though, isn't
it's
it?
very
It's so
sad.
sad.
For every family, you know, there are estrangements.
Yeah, no, I know, don't we know it? There's always families are the hardest thing, and to have such a public view on everything you do and every decision you make must be rough.
And you know, when you look at the latest photograph of Catherine in the car with her mother, so much speculation there. It must be dreadful that she knows as soon as she goes back to work, she does her first official engagement. They're there really. Everyone's there to look first of all at her stomach. Everyone wants to see the front of her because they know she's had abdominal surgery. And everyone wants to see her face and her skin and how she's looking.
Yeah. So the whole world's eyes are on you, aren't they?
You know, it's everyone wants to see that.
Everyone wants a bit of part of them, don't they? They just want to know everything's going on.
Well, can you blame them? But I thought we'd move on to something a bit lighter and talk about mum's experiences with psychics because...
Oh, yeah, tell me what experiences.
Well,
tell me.
Mum is...
Tell me.
You're very into this world, aren't you, Mum? And we've grown up like it as well.
I used to be. I mean, I was a little bit obsessed when I was younger. But then over the years, there's been certain people that haven't come through and it kind of made me... feel a little bit sad, and then I kind of just went off it because I get there is a little spirit that comes to me. They take the piss at me, the boys, because
no, we do, guys.
You do.
No, to give context, the spirits come after 2 bottles of rosé.
No, they
right?
don't. No, they
I
do
will just say that when she said the orb was floating around her room, and it turns out a van was reversing on the drive. No. Of course, we're going to think that something's going on here.
No. I mean, last year I told you I saw that shape go right. I've got a mirrored wardrobe. So I looked up and I could, in the middle of the night, well, it's sort of dusk. So I saw, it was dawn. It's not dusk, is it? It's dawn. It's beginning of the morning, silly cow. So I saw this thing go past me and I thought, God. But it came back in. I thought, all right, maybe it's just because, I haven't got my glasses on, whatever. Went downstairs and I looked on the calendar. It was the anniversary of my granddad's death. And I thought, oh, God. And then around when my nan passed, I get this on the bottom of my bed. And then I've done a video of it when it was around the passing of my nan. And she was poking me to try and wake me up. I told her. And you laughed at me.
No, I don't laugh at you. George does. You get confused the majority of the time. No, I do hear you out and I listen. But I always ask the question, how much wine was in the fridge last night and how much in this morning?
Well, first thing in the morning, there was no wine involved. So, but no, basically, I just basically shit myself when I see a clairvoyant because I just think, oh my God, I just go a bit funny.
Is there a difference between a clairvoyant and a psychic?
No, we said, psychic is the generic term and clairvoyant means clear view, to see.
Oh, okay.
Clairvoyant
I didn't know
French
that.
for clear view. So you can see clearly. So they're just all, you could say, labels given to this esoteric world, which... It's fraught with so many ideas nowadays. I mean, I call myself, if someone says to me, well, what do you do? I say I'm a medium, but I'm not being precious about it. The general public, if you were to say, oh, she's a medium and she's a psychic, or he's a medium, he's a psychic, people are going to understand psychic more than they will medium.
Yeah.
But there's
how you interpret it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's how you see it. But I think that what someone like yourself, Lisa, it's a bit like it's like anything. If you go, you pay cheap, you get cheap.
Right.
So there's nothing wrong with psychic fairs and things like that. They're brilliant and they can introduce people, and you can sort of like deal with people to do with cards and crystals and different ideas on this world. But at the end of the day, if you want a medium, then you need to do your homework.
Well, I was going to say, I've actually got a story myself, because when I went to Australia for about 8 months, when I was...
Very spiritual place, Australia, I have to tell you.
Yeah, I was about, how old, 19, 20?
18. You was just 19.
So when I was there, I'd never had a reading before, so I wanted to give it a go and see, because Mum had always spoke to me when I was younger, and I thought, what better place to do it than somewhere where no one knows who I am? So if I did it in Essex or whatever, also this is years before I did this job as well.
Yeah.
So contextually, I thought, okay, great place to do it. So I found this lady, actually through a friend. She lived an hour away and it was like into the outbacky bit. So she was on like this estate thing. So I get there, go into her house. She's got a little French bulldog. So I was like, a little piece of home. It was really cute. Sat on the sofa and the dog is looking at like a shelf there, like looking up at the shelf. And she says to me, like, oh, just don't worry about the dog. Like, that's where the spirit sits. So me being who I am and being like, not being a true believer at that point was like, she's put a fucking dog biscuit in a vase and she stuck it in. Do you know what I mean? I thought, come on, love. Like, do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I sit on the sofa. We start talking. I wish I'd made notes, because Mum always tells me it's good to have something to go back to.
Oh, you definitely want to
after your reading with me, I just went on to and I put it all in my notes.
Yeah, and I didn't do that, which is quite annoying now. But there were certain standout things that she said to me that I promise you no one would ever have known. And to the point where she sat there and she started tapping her left arm and she was like, is your brother okay? She was like, I just want to let you know that like you need to check up, because like your brother's having an issue with his arm, right? And then also some issues with his relationship. Anyway, Mum calls me the next week and she says that Danny's in hospital because he's having a problem with blood flow to his left arm. right?
Yeah, that's so good, isn't it?
So then we're talking away, chatting away, and she says that she's got like a man here, and she described like thread by thread where my granddad used to sit to watch Coronation Street, and he shows to the point with his bird watching, to what birds used to watch, to the amount of pigeons in the shed that he used to, like, it was, you know, when you just sat there and you get shivers and you're like, there is no way that, how would this lady in the outback of Australia have known any of this? Do you know what I mean? So that was the kind of experience for me that I had, but then I came away from. Well, it was great, and it was like really eye-opening, and the things that she was saying, I thought no one else would even know these things. And I think that it's good to go in with an open mind and to not go in with an agenda. I think that if you want to speak to someone and you want to know what the outcome is, you're going to go in with that. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you go in with a clear mind.
I had, didn't I, after my friend passed away very unexpectedly, and then an old school friend who I hadn't seen for years, she said to me, I need to see you. I need to see you like as soon as. And she basically...
Oh, I remember this.
...told me loads about what happened to Karen, and I was like, and it just made so much sense, because she used to text me in the middle of the night. But she was an addict. She died from addiction, and but Karen had no concept of time. So I used to get these texts at like 10 to 2 in the morning, and I think, has it just not come through? Whatever. There was so much she said, and she sort of said, look, she's happy now. She's out of her pain, and it was like, but I thought, well, why didn't she come through to me then? Yeah. You know what I mean? I got really annoyed. But
well, it is about energy. That's really that's an interesting question, because I ask that on a daily basis, especially when I'm doing my gigs. But it's a bit like, it's all to do with, and everything has to be lined up.
Yeah.
You've only got to have a little kink in the atmosphere, in the energy, and it's not going to come the way that you want. So your friend, who was talking about your best friend who died, who you thought would come through, she was able to contact her energy, knowing that she would tell you.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So in the end, she managed to reach you, but just through another way, through another energy field.
Yeah.
It is all about energy. I mean, it's fascinating, because what is happening?
Yeah,
I know.
Well, I had on a list, because when you spoke to George and I last time, there were some things.
I just wanted to ask you, Lise, who's Alex?
Who's Alex? Don't know. Do I know an Alex?
Alex.
Do you have to go to Scotland?
No, Alex. We don't have an.
And you don't know anyone called Alec, A-L-E-C?
No.
You need to just remember that.
Okay.
But it's always happened. It's around you.
Right.
But it's connected also to your husband.
Oh.
And to your house where you live.
Oh.
You didn't buy your house from somebody that was Scottish?
No, they were swingers.
Were they?
Something was going on.
There might have been a Scot in the house at one point, to be honest with you.
There was a threesome of some sort.
And they loved to make jam, didn't they? So it was very sticky when we came in. Didn't know if it was lubricant or jam.
I was going to say, oh my God.
I was just going to say, because there was some stuff that you mentioned last time, and it was about George, and it's really funny because you mentioned a lot like about his chest and things like that, and you made some like predictions about him meeting someone, and he's now like with a girlfriend. He stopped vaping because of his chest. All like little things that cropped up.
As well,
he's moving in with his, and you mentioned that he was gonna. You mentioned like career-wise that we were gonna both do different things, which we definitely did.
What you're doing?
He went into Locked In last year and did a show.
Oh wow, that's so good.
Yeah, he's doing like a different route, 100%, isn't he? And then just a few things about, obviously, like he lost his virginity and all that.
Yeah.
And he's moving in with his girlfriends, which is very interesting. Like kind of what
Sally
you said.
said that she said, be careful about being robbed, whatever. So we got a ring doorbell, and then we see a woman on a mobility scooter come up to the door. I went,
I know.
Really?
Sally also said about people in the around me, and people the backstabby kind of energy, and I've definitely experienced that in the last year or so.
Oh,
there's going to be a baby. Did you say?
Yeah. I need to be a nan. It's not funny. I'm getting older now, and I want a baby in my life.
That's interesting.
Well, I think it's to do with George.
Oh, shut up.
In terms of for the Baggs family as a whole, so for me, Mum and George, from like energy and vibes right now, like have you got anything?
Oh, well, I think that you're definitely going from strength to strength, and I think that and I've already said that you and George are like together, but building your own identities, you could say.
Yeah.
Not just work-wise, but personally.
That's very true.
And I think that continues.
That is true.
And I think that you, Lisa, are going to be offered something that is very much just you as well, even though that you'll be able to come together. So all three of you are developing in your own way. And of course, I think with you, Lisa, you've got the advantage of, there's maturity there. So you're going to be offered many things that are applicable to your age group and to you being really an inspiration for other women. So that comes your way. And it's really because you'll do it with a sense of humour as well.
I can't do anything without being funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I try.
Well, and I think that grows as well. So you've got no worries to do with your work. I think there's an elderly woman in the family. There's going to be some issues with her. Who do you think?
Why are you?
I can't even do that because my Botox is kicked.
I know. I thought you were having a bloody aneurysm. I mean, we do have. There's only one elderly woman that we have contact with, and then the rest of them are within the family.
And who's Sarah? Is that her daughter?
Sarah. Sarah. Do you know Sarah?
No.
Oh, it's good that Mum's here because Mum knows everyone's names better than I do.
Yeah, but it's funny though because that's why I did notes with Sally last time to go back, and she said something about Pat, and I went. I mean, my friend Pat lost her husband, so you brought that up, and I thought, do I say anything to her? She was so happy to know that Bob was all right because I thought, do I tell her?
Yeah.
But she was over the moon, bless her. So that's not been very well. So she's like 83
and
now.
Is there someone with a nickname called Pebbles?
Pebbles.
Oh. Do I know someone with a dog called Pebbles?
No.
Well, that's to do with Pat. And that's to do with Pat and Bob.
I'll have to ask. I'm going to phone her this week and tell her that I've seen you. She'll be like, oh my God.
Yeah, but it also, someone's saying, that is so funny, something about a dish. You know, a dish?
Yeah.
Like a piece of china. Oh, I wonder if it's got pebbles in it. Like from a beach.
Has Pat got any pebbles in a dish?
Well,
I'll still have to go around and have a look. Say, so where's your pebbles?
and it's in the dish. That's so
right, okay.
But that's being said to me as well.
You haven't bought any new pebbles for your flat, have you?
No, I have to put in plant pots, but not in a dish. Yeah, I bought them a couple of days ago.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
You've bought pebbles.
Yeah.
And are they in a dish?
I don't know, Sarah. No, they're in plant pots, but I did buy pebbles and I got covered in white.
To be fair, I've got a couple of friends called Sarah, but you said this to me before. So, yeah, I mean, they both actually shit themselves.
There's a name that always comes up for me as well. And I'm like, when it's like...
and I've said it.
Yeah, and it's come up 3 times when I've spoken to you previously. It's the name Ricky, and it comes up every single time. Every time.
Yeah. But when you just said that, that's more to do with finances with you.
Is it?
So I think you might find that you're going to talk to somebody about something fun. It's very positive, and it's achievable, and it's realistic.
Okay.
Because there is, you are very much a fun person and very light-hearted, but you've got a very realistic, balanced side to you as well.
I do.
He's very sensible when he wants to be.
Yeah, and that's kicking in at the moment because you don't want to be let down with something on a personal level. So that name could have something to do with that. So it might be an accountant or somebody that will be able to sort something out for you where it's doable.
Right. Okay. Fine.
Because you might have someone that tells you no, that can't be done. Who's Mark?
Mark. I don't...
It's an older person, almost like you look at it like maybe a bit younger than your dad, but sort of your dad's age group.
It's hard because I meet so many people.
I know. And then what happens is you'll go over and you'll look
and you have a think. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know, Mark. Is that career-wise? Is that...
Yeah, well, I think it's all to do with getting something sorted out for you.
Right.
You're taking...
Hopefully my bloody car windscreen.
Well, I think your podcast is going abroad, isn't it?
I mean, me looking at Rosie.
Is it? There's another country involved.
Right. Oh, I'd love that at some point. That'd be great.
LA.
Yeah, it could be LA, but I think you've also got a real pull to do with Europe, with a particular country. That will...
don't bugger off and leave me, will you? You know what? You're like...
No, I'd probably be Ibiza again. I went 8 times last year.
What, as a DJ?
No, I mean, I was thinking the other day when I was in the car, I thought maybe in like 10 years' time, I'd love to Dad to teach me like how to do it because Dad DJs. I'd love to learn, but right now I just don't think I've got the mental capacity to do it.
You'll do something on a cruise.
But you're very
it'll
cruise,
be, but
Paul.
it'll be massive to do with your podcast.
Okay.
And you could find that you're doing the
I could
podcast.
be the Jane McDonald of the cruise on the podcast.
Oh my God, she loves to
Just
sing.
don't let us sing at the end.
Oh no, don't. 'Cause I
Whatever
think
you do.
I think I can sing,
No,
but
we
I
want
can't.
the podcast to be successful,
Yeah.
Lisa. We don't want it to fail.
No, I think I can sing, but I can't. So I do try.
Well, I mean, I'm just join the club. I know I've got a good voice, but I'm being told all the time, no, you haven't.
She's great at karaoke.
Oh me?
Yeah.
But after a few sherbets, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Sherbets?
Yeah, that's what you call it.
Oh, is it?
But you might find yourself that you've got a regular slot on like a Virgin cruise.
Right, okay.
What about radio?
Yeah. But I think maybe it's more, it's almost as if you'll have to be on the cruise doing the podcast. So you might, film a group of
Going to be
them.
on below deck.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'd love that. I love it. Although I do get a bit
Really
motion
good
sick.
idea, that.
I know, isn't it?
I sort of see that, though.
Yeah,
You'd be great at that.
I'd love to do that. Is there anything else you see for this year? Like this year, because there's a lot of, what I've noticed about this year, from professional and personal standpoint, there's been a lot of changes, isn't there? With family dynamic, with work, with pretty
but what
much
Sadie
everything.
said about me last time is, I looked today and it's absolutely true, because I swapped agencies. Well, since swap, I just left. And now with the brilliant management, HLD, and I'm doing really, really well. And it's like, this is how it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I was quite miserable, wasn't I, for a little while? And I was like, nothing's happening. But now it's really good and it's building my confidence.
Yeah.
And who'd have thought me? I've got a career at 54. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, well, it's never too late. Isn't
No,
it?
I know.
And I think it's at this particular time, very much it's about women, and it's about, there doesn't have to be ageism.
And as well, like I always said, I'd always do something. I never wanted to just be that stay-at-home mum. I wanted to do, once the boys were settled and they were happy, and it just couldn't have aligned at a better time. It's like, it is like the stars up there are like, right now, I feel like it's my turn now.
Yeah, but you're with the right people. So what they're doing is they're putting you out there in the right places.
And they're all women as well, so which is great. It's like, come on, girls.
Yeah,
it's great. I
girl
love
power,
it.
isn't it?
I've got the most amazing manager, Hyla.
Well, that's what I mean. And she's there really rooting for you. You're going to get you'll get some amazing gigs. You won't see.
Stand-up comedian.
It's a good time for, and I think that, it's all sort of like post-COVID, isn't it?
It is.
And everybody wants to be, we're working differently.
Yeah.
And that's why
Everything changed for
Well,
us,
that's why
didn't it?
podcasts are working.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you don't have to do
I don't know
them.
about you. I never ever listened to a podcast until there are so many now. And I thought, well, I'm going to, especially because when Joe said we're thinking of doing one, I thought, what's it all about? When I started listening, I thought, I love this.
Yeah.
Because it is like going for a walk. I sometimes get bored listening to music, but I always have one headphone in and one out, because I like listening to the birds and the walks and the street. But I love it now.
Yeah, well, it's conversational, isn't it? And it's all about having a conversation. And it's about being real.
Yeah.
And it's about, this is what life is. It's not pretending.
Yeah, on the telly
And
when you've got to put on the big facade and all that.
And that's what a podcast is all about.
Although I will tell you a funny story. When I was listening to our Christmas podcast in January, I was walking along and I literally stopped and just couldn't stop laughing. A man came up to me and went, "Are you okay?" I went, "Oh no." And I went to him, "I'm just listening to my podcast." And he went, "Oh, okay." As if to say, "You nutcase." Like, you actually laughing at your own jokes. It was something you said. And I went, "Oh my God." And he must have thought, what on earth is that woman wrong with that lady?
I do that all the time when I listen to things though, and I'm walking along and I start giggling to myself, do it on the train.
But that's brilliant podcast. Isn't it?
That's what you need.
It's just like, when George started, I was just like, oh God, it was so funny.
But that sounds very positive anyway. You haven't said,
You've got great things.
you haven't said anything negative, which is
Well, you don't have you're at the end of the day, we make our own destiny.
Yeah.
And you're a very positive family, and you want to achieve, and you want to do it properly. You've got the right people around you, so you've got lots of happiness there.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a baby in the family. That's
So there's going to be somebody who's got to keep an eye on a lady that's getting older, and then a baby coming.
So lady, older, baby, and the cruises. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh, the cruises are going to be huge for
And we're not going to get cancelled anytime soon.
No. There's no, because I think that you've got a good fan base that want you and want you to be as you are. They don't want you to change, and you're not going to change.
Can you see anything?
we
Can you
never
see anything
will.
new?
Well, I think that the newness around you is...
Please, not the baby.
it
won't be from me. It won't be from me.
Well, the newness around you is all to do with your fan base growing.
Right.
And you're going to develop. When we develop, when we've got growth, when we've got new ground, we don't realise it's only it's not until it's pointed out to us that we are changing. That's the newness around you. And keeping what you have and letting it grow in a very organic, natural way, which is good.
Yeah. We're also very authentic, aren't we? I mean, I'm sorry, but I can't be serious. And I don't mean to be and say things that are funny. People go to me, my mate just goes to me, you're just certifiable, like, she's just nuts. But I've always been the same and I will never change.
Well, that's being, as you said, that's a good word, authentic.
Can I ask you, Sally, sorry, about...
One second, Mum, the screen just went on. I just came back on.
That's really freaky, innit? I was about to ask something about
That's
health.
really weird. You were just about to ask something about health and the screen went off.
The screen went off. Black screen, gonna die. No, I'm just asking, is there anybody you can see around us that like immediate family with health issues or anything like that?
Well, I think that whatever health issues there might be, they're going to be nips in the bud.
Good.
So you haven't got anything around you that is going to jump up and bite you on the nose and surprise you. Whatever the health issues are to do with you or to do with your husband or to do with immediate family will be sorted.
Good, because Terry's not been very well lately, so I've been really worried about him. So he's sort of got really high blood pressure. So
he's got they're checking his heart and everything.
But and it's really funny because literally in the last sort of week, because I made him go to the doctor because he's turned 60 now. Bless him. I said you must go, but he's so worried. And I just said if you make slight changes, then already. Well, no.
Gotta get your prostate checked.
He's going for more blood tests tomorrow.
Not that bothers our audience one bit. No one's going to be over the age 60.
No, apparently it's not done like that now. It's done through a blood test.
Oh, it's not done with a finger up the arse?
So that I was told.
Shame.
Yeah, they can do it. They can do it with your blood now
because it runs in his family. So it's like I was just.
Yeah, but it's not with Terry. It's not really cancer in his prostate. It is more to do with his ticker, but he will get that sorted.
Yeah, because that's what he's. Do you know what? It's really.
He needs to get up. He needs to get on that bike.
So it's really funny that we're here today.
Well, he needs to get up, get on his bike, and start biking and walking again.
He said he's going to buy. I said I'll buy you a bike.
Hey, Dad used to bike to the Indian, get pissed, and then bike back, and then fall off on the way home.
Typical Terry.
And we were just like, you just got to try and exercise some more. That's all he's got to do.
That's all he's got to do. That's all he's got to do. It's everything in moderation.
Because his dad was really fit back in the day, like bodybuilding, all that stuff. And then as he just grew older, just started to be built like a pigeon.
But don't you probably find this? So as men get older, Terry's got a lovely bottom, but he's got a bit of a belly now. I think most men do get that, don't they? So that's when you've got to start looking after yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Mum made me laugh the other day. This is so off topic, but just say because it really made me laugh. Mum said, your dad's giving me the ick, right? And which is so funny because I've never heard like a parent say that.
What did I say?
We have in our roast series on YouTube, we have this diary room segment, but we film it in the downstairs loo, so you can kind of hear it in other rooms. So when we're all doing it, we're all just loud, normal voices, as if you're in a normal diary room setup. And Dad speaks like really softly because he's obviously scared about us hearing. It's like he'll sit there and he'll go, yes, I don't know what's wrong with Lisa's cooking.
And he sort of goes, I don't know what Lisa's talking about. And I'm like, what? And Mum went talking like that.
I stood there in the kitchen. She was like, he just gave me the ick. I just don't know what to do. And
I tell you what did give me the ick last night. This is totally off topic. Those new pants that you gave him from ASOS, he's not wearing those. They look like loincloths.
I bought these pants to
He's not wearing them.
I know. Well, I bought them to replicate Barry Keoghan's scene in Saltburn. I was going to basically pretend I was naked. But then I tried them on and I thought,
So you gave them to your father?
Well, yeah, because they were
just... You come in last night, Sally, he went like this and he looked, they
are nude coloured briefs. They're absolutely revolting.
I said, throw him in the bin. So he just chucked him down the
side. They look like a dancer's belt, didn't they?
They look like everything's got to be hoiked in.
What do you think of Saltburn?
I didn't watch it.
I actually...
he said he doesn't think I'd like that.
I thought it was artistically shot.
Everyone
I thought it was really good.
It doesn't like it, and it's young generation love it.
I loved it.
I thought it was a great film. It was a really good film.
It's so well written, and I mean, call me psychic, but I worked it out pretty quickly.
Did you?
We won't give it away for people that haven't seen it, but basically, I think it's the most amazing film. It's incredibly funny.
It's also like really gorgeously like shot.
Oh, I think so. Well, when you look at I love A Stately Home.
Oh yeah, it was gorgeous, wasn't it?
I'm quite famous for loving a stately
I love
home.
stately home as well.
Yeah, you would love.
So when we was kids, you didn't have like phones. Your parents would take you to a stately home at the weekend, even though you'd be bored stiff. But I loved it, to be honest.
Another thing to plug, because I thought it was amazing when I watched it last week. I actually don't know when it's out. I think it's the next couple of weeks. Mary and George on
that's
Now
gonna
TV.
be really good.
I interviewed Julianne and Nicholas
Did
last
you?
week. Yeah.
Well, I love her.
She was amazing.
And you made her laugh.
And I made her laugh. Apparently, it's the first person to make a laugh in the day, everyone.
Yeah. Well, I
and that Nicholas Galatazine, gorgeous as well. I had the most fun.
And it's a true
I had 7
story.
minutes of them. I was like, it's a true story.
And you know what I love with true stories? When they take, it's not the main character of the true story. It's almost as if you took a step back.
That's what I love.
And you're looking at someone else. It is going to be incredible.
Because it should be about the king, but it's not. It's about like the way that Mary infiltrated the family with George.
Well, she's a strong, powerful woman. You've got to watch it.
Yeah.
Is it the story about the fact she wants her son? Is it her son?
Yeah, she wants her son to
pick
be
her son out with the king, but it's almost a mix between like Bridgerton and like 50 Shades of Grey-esque, and it's like
It's
like
it's
funny.
costume drama.
Love a costume
drama.
Funny. It's like smutty. It's so good. Like
it's
honestly,
going to be, and it also it's true to life, and it's the stuff that happens now that we just accept happened then.
I know, and there's so many gays in it.
Is there?
And they all wear these little pearl earrings.
Oh, is that why you've got that on?
I know, but I listen to little Vivian Westwood. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like tinkering on the mic.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be Mary and what is it?
Mary and George.
It's going to be fantastic.
See, if I don't watch anything like The Crown before I go to bed, I'll have nightmares. That's why I sort of switch off.
It's
at
very
9
like
o'clock.
it's all what you like.
Oh, is it stately homes, costume dramas?
It's everything, but it's kind of like
Downton
would
Abbey.
appeal to me. Like we could watch it together. Maybe not the sex scenes, but we could watch it together. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, the sex scenes are going to be pretty full on, aren't they?
Oh, they're very
really?
Don't watch Saltburn if that makes
I know
sense.
he did actually sort of prep me, and he went, I just don't think you'd like that.
Well, I went to an event the other day, and they had the real life bathtub.
Did they?
It was an Amazon
So
thing.
guess what, Jodie, Sally?
So I filmed a video of me with a cup of water by the plug hole, but you couldn't see it, and I was pretending to slurp up from the plug hole.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, that was an advert for Prime Video. So,
That's not my kind of drama that I like.
no, it's
to
not
watch.
your bag, is it?
No, anything with Jason Momoa in it, that'd do me.
I don't think Jason would do what he did. To be honest,
No.
I don't think so.
But what he did is true to life and happens. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It does not. Does it really?
It does.
Oh God, I'm just such a prude.
Well, I think I'm a prude.
I am.
at times. But when I saw Saltburn, it was like, oh my God, this really happens.
Yeah.
It's so brilliantly written, isn't it?
It was, I thought it was incredible. We'll have to sit you down and watch it.
Or maybe you can just cut that episode out then.
Maybe we could do it live on the pod one day.
Because it's very dark.
It is very sinister.
See, a lot of my
is.
friends on Facebook, not that I go on, they've said, oh my God, what on earth was that all about? But then your generation, everyone's loved it. But then Sally's now said she
I
likes
loved it.
So
Yeah.
maybe I
Loved
should
it.
have a little
Give
peek.
it a go. You've got to
How
remove...
many episodes is it?
It's a one movie.
Oh,
It's a
good.
film.
And you've got
Yeah.
to like remove the grossness from it and see it from an artistic perspective and why they're doing that stuff. Do you
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but it's basically a film. It's incredibly dark. It's a film about a person who has, he's got a lot of issues.
Yeah.
a lot of problems.
Yeah.
and it's like,
And he takes down an entire...
No, you said
Family.
tell
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
he takes down in 5, and it's very, very well written. You can watch it.
Yeah, I
Watch
think-
it on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
And then if you watch it on your own, you're not feeling judged. You're not being judged
Yeah.
because of the age thing. My kids, they sort of said, "Oh, I don't know if you should watch it," and it was like, well, that straight away made me want to watch it.
Yeah. No.
Like, you don't get to my age and be, you've been round the block a few times.
Yes, of
Bought the
course.
T-shirt, and that's really so. Watch.
I hope you haven't been near any bathtub, Sally. I'll tell you that
Well,
right now.
it was like, maybe I need to go near a bathtub here.
Oh,
On that note, before we wrap up, I just wanted to basically ask if there was anything else that you wanted to bring up about this year or anything about us that you wanted to end it on, or do you know
Well,
what I
I
mean?
think that the Baggs family it's world domination, isn't it? Really.
Oh, on a cruise, starting on the cruise.
Starting on the cruise.
Starting on the cruise. And have you got much coming up this year? Are you still
Lots.
touring?
I mean, you're still touring.
Yeah.
So the tour is my the main thing that I do.
Sure.
It's the main
You
thing.
love doing it, don't you?
Yeah, and I do
Yeah.
love doing it, and it's I don't find it stressful because we've got it off to pat, you could say.
Right.
And I've got an amazing crew. The theatres love me. The fans want to come, so that's good.
Yeah.
But we've got lots of new things in the pipeline, which is
amazing.
great.
Exciting stuff.
Just don't do panto this year because you're probably absolutely shattered, bless you.
No. I think that towards the end of this year, we're looking at America. So
Oh, lovely. Oh, good.
Lovely.
Good for you.
it's stateside, I think.
Stateside.
wow.
Better weather as well. Better weather than here. Shit out. So come over, stateside. On that note, thank you so much.
Oh, thank
so
you
lovely
for
to
having
see you.
me.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Darling, we love the bags, don't we? They've got it in the bag, everybody. They've got it in the bag.
Thank you so much. And thank you for watching at home. If you've been watching on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe and comment your favourite part.
And also rate us on Spotify and listen on Apple Podcasts.
She's
Did I
getting
do
there.
it right?
She's getting
I did
there.
it right.
5
No one
stars
did it
on
wrong.
Spotify,
She's got
people.
nipples on the brain.
She's got nipples on Spotify. Thank you so much. See you next
Thank
week.
you.
Bye.